Guys, I am back with part 3. Is this part 3 of my book outlet haul? Yeah, I think so. I do have 9 from Book Outlet, and I still don't have that one from Amazon. They're taking their sweet time. I don't remember if I got it maybe from the UK and that's why it's taking a little bit longer. I'm not sure. So I have those 9, and then I have 6 from the used bookstore from yesterday, and then 1 from the used bookstore last weekend. So you do the maths. I'm not going to. But the first ones I'll do the Book Outlet. First one is Everyone Brave is Forgiven by Chris Cleave. This one is historical fiction during World War II. That's all I pretty much can tell you about it. And then we have The Nest by Cynthia D. Apri Sweeney. That's how I'm saying it correctly. This one I'm sure everybody has seen. It's about a dysfunctional family. It's quite a bit larger than I thought it would be, but it's French flaps and deckled edges. So I like that. And then I have Pretty Is by Maggie Mitchell. This one is I think they're 12, let's see. Yes, 2 12-year-old girls were kidnapped and held in a cabin. And then, of course, they either escape or are rescued. And then it's kind of fast forward to their life now. The one who's successful and the other one's still kind of, I guess, maybe a little bit dysfunctional because of it. And then they come together because there's a movie being made about the kidnapping, something along those lines. But it seemed interesting. And then Hungry Town, A Culinary History of New Orleans, the City Where Food is Almost Everything by Tom Fitzmaurice. And this one pretty much is self-explanatory. It's just nonfiction about New Orleans cuisine. I like food books. And all of these that I'm showing you I've had on my wish list forever. And so I finally went ahead and ordered them since I had I think I used the coupon for this one. Then I have The Ghost Bride by Yangshi Chu. I'm not even going to say if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one's basically a poor Chinese family at the end of the 19th century to kind of get money. The daughter is, I don't know that she's sold to, but agrees to marry a dead man to be a ghost bride because he never married before he died under mysterious circumstances. So they hired or paid for her to kind of unsettle his ghost, something along those lines. But it sounded pretty cool. And then Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Henry Farrell. This one, I know there's the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I don't know much about it other than I know it's kind of a creepy book. So that's interesting. Then we have A Measure of Light by Beth Pone. If anybody knows what we're talking about. This one takes place in 1635 in the colony of Massachusetts Bay. They're English Puritans, so this one I kind of want to read soon because I'm in the mood for some historical. And then Girl in the Dark, Anna Lindsay, a memoir. This is a pen name. Apparently the author worked for British Parliament, and then she developed a light sensitivity, like being outdoors, and then it developed into all light sensitivity to where she would have to be in a dark room for months at a time to recover. So this is her memoir and story about dealing with that and continuing to deal with it. And then American Housewife by Helen Ellis. This is, I think, 12 short stories, kind of about life being a housewife. It's supposed to be funny. Again, all of these I have had on my Amazon wish list, so I've cleared out quite a bit. And then, this is not a book, but this is what I was telling you guys about. These are cute little stacks. I think that's his name. Little bear. He's so soft. My cat will rub his face. And, sorry about that. And he's so cute. He goes on my bookshelf, like right there in that empty space. And then the next one, my husband bought me this one. It was only 50 cents to use bookstore last weekend. It's Sophie and the Rousing Sun by Augusta Trobach. And I don't even remember if I put this in my last haul or not. I don't think so, if it was last weekend. I started reading it. I'm only a couple chapters in. And then the 3 I got yesterday, or 6, I should say, 3 are mine. I got at the used bookstore yesterday. We have Binge by Tyler Oakley. It's only $1.50 and it's heavy. It's got the glossy, I don't think I've ever really seen a paperback with the, if you can tell, glossy pages. I was super enthused. I know the name. I know nothing about him. Maybe that makes me an awful person, but I think his demographic's probably 25 under, and I'm not 25 under. But it looked up my alley. Then we have Fresh Off the Boat by Eddie Huang. Saying that wrong. I've had this on my wish list forever, and when I go to the used bookstore, it's always still $7 or so, and this one was 75 freaking cents. So yes, I watched the TV show that they based. You know, he wrote the book and then they made a TV show. It's okay, but this one I read the first page and was chuckling and reading it to my husband, so it seemed funny. And then this one, Playing with Trains by Sam Posey. This is a man who makes model trains. And I love trains. You can't tell because it's over there, but I have a bookshelf with my childhood model trains. And that picture right there was when my husband and I went on a train ride for New Year's Eve in North Carolina. It was so much fun. And then the last 3 are my husband's. We were looking around. I took in a giant Barnes & Noble box, cardboard box full of young adult books that I knew I would never read, and just got rid of them. And I thought, I'll get maybe 20 bucks out of these. So we're walking around, and I have my 3 that were all of, let's see, $6.25. And then he picked these up and went, oh, those are in good shape. And, you know, I think he said, oh, I didn't know they made books out of the movie. He always says that instead of, didn't know they made books into a movie. And so he was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And he was looking at it going, oh, well. I said, well, I think I'll have enough trade credit to go ahead and get those in mine. I said, they'll probably give me at least 20 bucks. No. So I just took them and bought them for him. I ended up having 56 and some change in credit, which was way more than I thought. So I still have $41 to play with. But it's The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, which is the first book. The Subtle Knife, which is the second book, and The Amber Spyglass, which is the third book. So he seemed pretty interested in reading these, which always tickles me. He's not a huge reader, but he does. His favorites are the Dune, the original Dune books, and then The Expanse, James S.A. Corey. They just have the 6th or the 7th book that came out in November, and I got that for him for his birthday. So not sure when he'll read them, but I bought them for him with credit. The books I'm currently reading, I am awful about reading. I'm just so slow. Terrible. But Sophie and the Rising Sun, it's taken me, this would be day number 8. I'm on page 27. And then the other one I'm reading on my tablet on Kindle, because I'm still doing the Kindle Unlimited. I think it's Enter, if I'm correct, Enter Pirates. And it's by Lori Natero. It's all these short stories about her, funny short stories about her during 91 to 99, and it's not great. But that's it. My husband's coming upstairs. He's probably going to peek through the door right now, so